Walker dribbles all the way in, blocked from behind by the quick hands of Andre Iguodala. It goes out of bounds, baseline left, and boy, the Warriors have missed moments like that.
Woohoo! What's going on, Bay Area? It's your boy, Chewy Gomez from 102 Jams. Listen to me every day, 3 to 7, playing your best hip-hop and throwbacks. Now back to my boys, Bonte and Shasky, right here on 95.7 The Game.
What up, Chew Dog? Warriors lose to the Lakers. It's funny, on the call last night with Sam Lubman, we were talking about the Giants for a second. And I was like, what could Farhan and Kapler do? Or what could the Giants do to make you believe in Farhan and Kapler again? Is it just the playoffs? Is it just the first round? Is it an NLCS appearance? What could the Giants do to make you believe in Farhan and Kapler again?
Do you really want my answer?
They have to win the World Series?
No. You want my answer?
What's your answer?
This is going to sound very nuanced. How about have one everyday player who's under 25 years old?
That's all you want? That's a success to you for the Giants this year?
Find one everyday player who's under 25 years old.
Infinite number of outcomes.
So if they go 68-94, but they had that one everyday player.
Yeah, that's a start. Yeah, that's a start.
That's a success this year?
Yeah, this thing.
Even if they win 68 games?
Bonte.
That's going to be a success to make you believe in Farhan and Kapler.
Was last year a success? They won 81.
No, not even close.
Okay. All right, so like this thing, like, hey, because I was listening to Dave Fleming and Tim Kawakami on the Kawakami TK Show podcast, and we're going to have Fleming on at some point. I can't wait to talk to him. But he was like, hey, they didn't just bottom out. And I'm like, okay, like there is something noble about trying to compete and win. There's 9 teams in baseball who aren't trying. That's number one. So to say that you're one of the teams, one of the other 21 teams in baseball who is trying to win games, hey, congratulations. Is that how far the bar has fell? Like if we said that about the Niners, at least they're trying not to lose. What about the Warriors? At least they're trying not to lose.
I just can't believe I just asked one of the biggest Giants fans I know. What is a success?
Michael.
And what would help you believe in Farhan and Kapler again? And it's just developing one everyday player under 25, and they could win 68 games, but in your mind, that would be a success because you have one player under the age of 25 who's an everyday guy.
Yeah.
That's how low it is? Wow.
There's 90 players who are set to start this year at 24 or under for their team. 90 guys that are set this year. The Giants don't have one of them. 90. That means every team in baseball has 3, except the Giants, right? So I look at this and I say to myself, the Giants have got to find a way to develop their own talent. Great example is Michael Conforto. He's shown some flashes in spring training. Michael Conforto is essentially on a 1-year deal.
No doubt.
Okay?
No doubt.
So even if Michael Conforto balls out, what is he going to command in the offseason? A multi-year deal. What do I know that this team is just totally risk-averse to multi-year deals for people over 30 years old? So even if in the wildest dreams, Michael Conforto has a monster year, there is no retention and there's no building on Michael Conforto's one great year. Other than telling other free agents who are between 27 and 30 years old, come here for 1 year and we'll make you springboard yourself to more money.
I get all that. I do. I really do. But boy, I'm just stunned. I'm stunned. That's all it's going to take for you to deem this season or to regain trust in Farhan and Kapler is to see an everyday player developed. I need more.
What do you mean?
I need more. I need playoffs. I need good baseball. I need to see aggressiveness with the front office at the deadline. I would like to see the farm system propped up here, and I like to see somebody from the farm. Like, to me, would it be disappointing if Casey Schmidt and Kyle Harrison is not on the opening day roster? To me, that's a disappointment.
If I agree with you. But
that may not happen.
Harrison's not going to be on it. I know that. Well, it was like, that's a lock. Casey Schmidt's going to probably start in AAA.
Is it that disappointing?
Of course it is. That's my bigger thing.
Right.
Can Farhan build the back end of the roster and find a Mitch Haniger for 2 or 3 years as a stopgap in the outfield? Yeah, I know he could do that. You're asking me about big term.
Yeah,
they're not going to win a World Series this year.
Long term.
Bonte, they're not winning a World Series this year.
Okay.
All right? So now let's go to the next checklist. Are you building something special for the future? Right now, it's TBD. You want to find a jock every year who can hit you 25 home runs and represent your lowly team in the All-Star game? Oh, that's amazing. You have to have centerpiece players to build around. They don't have any right now.
Yeah, well,
That's the biggest question I have.
We'll get to David in just a second. By the way, some breaking news in the NFL: the first quarterback domino looks like it's about to fall.
Who's that?
Derek Carr.
What?
Looks like he is going to the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are locked in as Derek Carr. It looks like Derek Carr will be starting quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Here's the exact tweet from Adam Schefter. Saints have emerged as front-runners to sign former Raiders quarterback Derek Carr, and an agreement could be reached as early as today. Early as today. Wow, Derek Carr to the Saints. That scare anybody?
Dennis Allen, Derek Carr, round 2. It went great the first time, so I can't wait the second time how it's going to go.
I'm not the biggest Derek Carr fan, but you know that my theory on divisions. Like, for example, if I'm in the Baltimore division where it's outdoors and snowy and cold, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, and Cleveland, I cannot take a small noodle-armed quarterback.
No.
I don't like that. I want a big guy who can zip it through the snow and the wind, right? Because the last 2 months of the season, you're going to be playing outdoors and whatnot. Of all the divisions to go to, I like this one for Derek Carr. Not that I think he's going to be great. Dome for the New Orleans, Dome in Atlanta, hot in Carolina for the most part, hot in Tampa for the most part, and a division with not any quarterbacks.
And he's got a weapon in Chris Olave. He's got Alvin Kamara. He loves to check it down. So, interesting. He's got a defense down there in New Orleans. Not bad. Not bad.
Does it change your opinion of the Saints? Not at all, really. Yeah, I mean,
really.
Like if you told me they won 8 games, I'm like, yeah, okay. If they won 5, I'd be like, yeah, okay. If they won like 9, I'm a little surprised.
Derek Carr's a top what quarterback in the NFC now? Because he was way down at the bottom of the AFC. Did he just vault himself into like the top 3?
He's top 10 quarterback in the NFC. I'm not going to go top
10 or not top 5 at least?
Top 3, no.
Who are those? Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers. I'd take Dak over it. Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I'm taking both of them over Derek Carr.
I'm taking Dak over Derek Carr.
I agree. You taking Brock? I am.
Yeah, I'll probably take Brock. I take Stafford.
Of course. How about Kyler?
I take Kyler. I would take Kyler.
I think some people might go the other way, but I'm taking Kyler too. I'm taking Kyler. The talent.
I'm taking. Who else? NFC North.
Right now,
Justin
Geno
Fields.
Smith?
I'm taking Justin Fields over Derek Carr.
Really?
I'd work with Justin Fields over Derek Carr.
Kirk Cousins?
Crazy.
No, I don't think it sounds that crazy. I don't think that's
Kirk
that
Cousins.
crazy.
Oh,
Daniel Jones?
I'm taking Kirk Cousins over Derek Carr. Kirk Cousins.
The fact that I have to think about it tells you all I need to know about Derek Carr. He's a decent quarterback. Does it elevate the Saints? Does it vault them to contender?
Well, in that division,
category?
yes.
Yeah, they'll win the South. Maybe.
The South, can we call it now? South will have an under 500 winner.
Nah, they'll have a team over 500. They didn't that last year though, huh? It's true. South was a mess. Damn, Tampa Bay were they 8-9?
Yeah.
Whoo! Finish the year 8-10.
And I had them beating the Cowboys.
I did too.
That was pretty dumb.
I did too. That was dumb. March 7th, tomorrow, the final day that the franchise tag can be used. Will the Niners use the franchise tag? Probably not. Robbie Gould looks like he's kicked his last football for the 49ers as well.
How you feel about that?
Find another kicker. We'll be all right. Thanks for the memories.
He had the one big kick in Green Bay.
Yeah, Robbie Gould can go. After what he said about Jalen Hurts, and
he did a lot of talking.
He talks a little too much.
A lot of contract talk.
Yeah, I'm over Robbie. Find a new kicker.
Well, here's the other
thing.
thing.
He does a kick for distance.
That's what I was just going to say.
55 yards, you got to punt. 54 yards, you got to punt. At least, you know what I'm saying? Will the kickoff reach the goal line?
He had a very inflated self-worth.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, he can move on. Thanks for the memories. He's a kicker.
Kickers are pretty, until you find a bad one, they're pretty interchangeable.
No doubt.
But I will say, our guy Chase McLaughlin, who kicked maybe the worst kick in the history of Monday Night Football for the 49ers.
He's stuck on to the Cleveland Browns.
Isn't that kind of surprising?
Yeah, no, he's making money.
And he's got good leg.
No, he's got a great leg. He had 2 good kicks in that game before the overtime kick.
They should have won that.
Yeah, they should have won it. March 13th is a legal tampering period. March 13th through the 15th, teams can begin negotiating contracts with impending free agents. And while nothing can be finalized during this 2-day period, lots of contracts will be agreed upon in principle, which means lots of news will break between March 13th and 15th, and a new league year begins March 5th 15th. So we're about to get some free agency stuff cracking here on the Morning Roast, your top free agent finds. Right off the rip, before we get to David and Brittwood, I wanted to ask you, top 3 positional needs for the 49ers. Your top 3 positional needs right now. If I was to ask you, hey, Joe Shasky, the Butcher, what do you need on the 49ers' top 3 positions?
Center, right tackle, defensive end.
It's hard not to agree with that.
Though that in that order too. In that order. Not that defensive end is like not a priority. It absolutely is. To me, upgrading the center, and they might have that guy on the roster. Maybe it's Poe. I don't know. Like we'll see. That is step 1. Step 2 would be finding out who my right tackle is moving forward. You got to have a pass blocking right tackle. Okay, you just got to find it. And then third, which is also very important. It's the most important thing on the defense. You got to find out, is it Drake Jackson or do you have to go elsewhere to find that guy opposite Nick Bosa? You could find D tackles late in. I am not worried. We had this guy McGill and
Right.
What was the other guy? Ridgeway. You found these guys out of nowhere and you made them work at D tackle. They'll find a D tackle. I'm not worried about D tackle.
Yeah. I'm going defensive end.
Number one. Okay.
I'm going center number 2.
Okay.
And I'm going to surprise you here. But I'm going to go safety number 3.
Not Gibson for a 1-year deal.
I don't know if
He had a pretty good year.
he had a pretty good year. Can he replicate it?
Oh, that's a great question. I don't. He
Jimmy
was as
Ward's
good as
gonna
you could be last year.
Jimmy Ward's going to be gone.
For him. I'm saying
Right.
his level of play.
Hufanga kind of tapered off in the second half
I
of the
agree.
season.
I agree.
I need a ball hawking free safety who can get the defense on the right spot and it could guard the deep pass. I don't want Hufanga back there, interchangeable safeties getting beat back there by tight ends and wide receivers.
Couldn't I make the argument they've actually done a decent job in the Lynch era finding DBs?
They have done a
late,
great job.
right? Like,
K'Wan Williams.
well, even the first
Sidney
year,
Womack
Adrian
third.
Colbert wasn't bad year
No,
one.
he wasn't. No, Adrian Colbert was good year 1. He was. You found nickelbacks.
Yeah.
You know,
I think
Emmanuel
Womack's going to
Mosley.
step forward this year.
And Mosley may stay. He may resign with the Niners coming off a torn ACL. So now you got.
I don't know what his value would be.
Yeah, I don't know what his value
Yeah.
is, but you have him alongside Diamador Lenore and
Yeah.
Charvarius Ward, who and we saw that Moody Ward will move inside to play the nickel
Yeah.
spot. I'm not mad at that. I am not mad at that. So that would be mine, but I don't think there's no wrong answers there. Let's go to David.